The 2026 season is knocking on the door, and the Los Angeles Rams are hungry. You know how Les Snead operates. He doesn't play by the rules. He plays for rings. With Ty Simpson secured, the Rams hold all the cards, and the rumor mill is spinning out of control. We're talking about massive trades, high-stakes gambles, and a roster that's looking to become an absolute powerhouse. Is a blockbuster deal coming to SoFi Stadium? Every move is calculated, and the championship window is wide open. Stick with us. Hit that subscribe button to join our family of 3,000, and let's go. Look, we all know the drill. When you talk about the Rams, you talk about aggression. Les Snead doesn't just sit on draft picks. He weaponizes them. Drafting Ty Simpson with the 13th overall pick wasn't just about securing the quarterback room, it was about ultimate flexibility. Now, the Rams can bypass the rookie class noise and turn their eyes toward the trade deadline. We saw them pull the strings earlier this offseason, coming inches away from landing A.J. Brown in a deal that fell apart at the absolute last second. It was heartbreaking, but it proved one thing. The front office is swinging for the fences. They aren't interested in rebuilding, they are interested in dominance. Now the spotlight has shifted to a new target, and this one has everyone talking. ESPN's Seth Walder just dropped a hypothetical bombshell that has the entire fan base buzzing. He's proposing a move for New York Giants edge rusher Kavyon Thibodeaux. The deal? The Rams send a 2028 third-round pick to the Big Apple in exchange for Thibodeaux and a late-round draft asset. Think about that for a second. The Rams already have absolute monsters in Jared Verse and Byron Young wreaking havoc on the edge. Adding a former top-tier talent like Thibodeaux to that rotation? It's a rich-get-richer scenario that keeps defensive coordinators across the NFL up at night. Walder pointed out exactly what we're all thinking. Thibodeaux fits the mold perfectly. He's a physical, downhill defender who eats run plays for breakfast. If he finally taps into that raw, explosive upside we saw when he entered the league, this defense becomes downright terrifying. But here's the kicker. Is it necessary? We've got Byron Young entering the final year of his rookie deal, and we know the Rams have had eyes on stars like Max Crosby in the past. This team is clearly looking for that extra edge to push them over the hump. They're building a unit that doesn't just compete, it destroys. But is Thibodeaux the right piece, or is he a massive gamble that could blow up in our faces? The tension is real, and the stakes couldn't be higher for a team that refuses to settle for anything less than glory. But we need to talk about the reality of the situation, because nothing in the NFL is ever simple. Kavyon Thibodeaux isn't a guaranteed fix. He's a massive question mark. Sure, he had a breakout 2023 campaign where he put up 11.5 sacks, showing the world exactly why he was such a high draft pick. But the last 2 years? They've been a grind. Wrist injuries, shoulder issues, the kind of stuff that slows down even the most elite players. He hasn't been the same guy, and that's a red flag that Les Snead has to weigh very carefully. Can the Rams coaching staff maximize him like they did with Dante Fowler back in 2018? When we traded for Fowler, it changed our identity. He came in, clicked immediately, and gave us that spark we needed for a Super Bowl run. Is Thibodeaux that guy? Maybe. But let's look at the financials, because in the salary cap era, money talks. Thibodeaux is entering the final year of his rookie contract, just like our own Byron Young. That's the catch. If you trade for him, you aren't just looking for a rental. You're looking for a long-term solution. And the price tag? That's where it gets scary. SpotRack puts his market value at roughly $18.5 million per year. And let's be honest, in this market, that number is only going one way, up. Look at what teams paid for guys like Odafe Oweh or Chase Young. The market for edge rushers is absolutely exploding. Washington gave Oweh $24 million a season. Chase Young pulled in $17 million. If the Rams drop a third-round pick, they're going to want a return on that investment, which means a massive extension. Can the Rams afford to pay that kind of cash? When you consider we've got guys like Puka Nacua, Kobe Turner, and Steve Avila all coming up for paydays, every single dollar counts. You can't just throw money at problems. You have to be surgical. If we bring in Thibodeaux, we aren't just betting on his health. We're betting our entire financial future on a guy who hasn't been healthy for 2 consecutive seasons. It's a high-stakes poker game, and one wrong move could cost us the depth we need to win it all in 2026. Let's dig deeper into the rotation. If you're a Rams fan, you know Josiah Stewart. He showed some incredible flashes last year, playing with heart and a motor that just doesn't quit. He's exactly the kind of rotational player that can take that massive year-two leap. So, why trade for a third edge rusher when you have talent developing in your own backyard? Unless the training staff is worried about a long-term injury to Verse or Young, it's a fair question to ask if this move actually makes any sense right now. We aren't desperate, we are dangerous. Then, there's the other side of this transaction. The New York Giants. They aren't trying to tank. With John Harbaugh leading that ship, they're trying to build a culture of winning in 2026. Trading away a premier edge rusher like Thibodeaux right before the season starts isn't a move a winning team makes. If they struggle out of the gate and find themselves at the bottom of the standings by the trade deadline, maybe they look to offload pieces. But right now, that feels like a pipe dream. The Giants are going to want to see if their investments pay off, and honestly, can you blame them? It brings us back to the core philosophy of this Rams front office. Les Snead loves the wow factor, but he's also a master of patience. He knows that draft capital is like gold. Spending a third-round pick is a significant commitment. You don't just throw that away for a guy who might spend half the season in the trainer's room. The Rams are going to keep this name on a short list, sure. Maybe they circle back if the situation changes, or if they see a glaring hole in the pass rush during the first few weeks of the season. But as of right now, this feels more like a monitor situation than an action situation. They're watching, they're waiting, and they're keeping their options wide open. That's the beauty of being a Rams fan. You never know what's coming next, but you know it's going to be big. We aren't just building a team, we're building a dynasty. So, what's the bottom line? We have to look at the big picture of 2026. This isn't just about one guy, one trade, or one draft pick. This is about the quest for the Lombardi Trophy. We have the pieces in place. We have the coaching, we have the culture, and we have the quarterback situation under control. The addition of Ty Simpson gives us that versatility, that tactical edge that allows Les Snead to operate in the shadows and strike when the opportunity is perfect. Whether it's an edge rusher like Thibodeaux or someone else entirely, the message is clear. The Rams are in win-now mode. The concern, of course, is the contract crunch. We've mentioned it before, but it bears repeating, the bill eventually comes due. You can't keep everyone, and that makes every transaction a massive decision. If we trade for a star, we have to let someone else walk. That's the brutal reality of the NFL salary cap. We love Byron Young, we love Jared Verse, and we love the intensity they bring to the field. If we bring in a third wheel, it has to be someone who elevates the entire group, not just someone who adds to the pile. Is Thibodeaux that guy? Only the medical reports and the front office know the truth. But don't lose sight of the momentum we have. The excitement around this squad is palpable. You can feel it when you walk into the building, when you see the players training, and when you hear the roar of the fans. This is a team that believes in itself, and that belief is contagious. We aren't just following the news, we're living it. We're part of a movement, and if you're reading this, you're part of the heartbeat of the Rams. We are closing in on 3,000 subscribers, and I want you to be a part of the journey. Hit that button, share the video with your friends, and help us grow this community to be the loudest in the league. We've got so much more to talk about as the season approaches, and I don't want you to miss a single second of the action. It's going to be a wild ride, and I'm just getting started. The bottom line is that the Los Angeles Rams are playing a game of chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Les Snead is constantly evaluating, constantly looking for that one missing piece to turn a great team into an unstoppable force. Whether we pull the trigger on a move for someone like Kavyon Thibodeaux or keep our draft capital for a future blockbuster, one thing is certain. We are a team that will never stop fighting to get back to the mountaintop. The energy in Los Angeles is shifting, and the 2026 season is set to be one of the most intense, high-octane campaigns in our history. We've seen the reports, we've weighed the risks, and we've analyzed the potential. Now, it's all about the execution. I want to hear from you. Do you think the Rams should trade for an edge rusher like Thibodeaux, or should we trust in the growth of our young stars like Josiah Stewart? Drop a comment below. Let's have a real conversation about what this team needs to bring the trophy home. Your voice matters to this community. Thank you for sticking with us through the rumors and the analysis. We are building something special here, and with 3,000 subscribers in our sights, I can't thank you enough for the support. Keep your notifications turned on, stay tuned for more breaking news, and keep the faith. The Rams are ready to dominate, and we're going to be right here to cover every single play of the journey. Let's make this season one for the history books. Let's get it, let's go, and as always, ram it.